Hi! So, this is the 109th video for this. Most have been very long, and some of them have been rather short. Not very many, but some of them. We're still trying to recolor all the houses to where they're the correct color. And then as soon as we have all the ones on Cherry Street the correct color, we can go and change the colors on the other streets. We're either going to be doing that, we're either just going to be coloring them like this, or we're going to leave us a note. So if we ever do want Squibs on here, so he can recolor the houses, that's what we'll be doing. And then he can go and have it to where it's, this house is all oak and this house is all spruce and this house is all birch and, etc. I thought I had it all set up and ready to go, and then I was like, wait a minute, that color's not right. That's not right. So right now, the only one that shouldn't be right after we're done with Cherry Street is Michael's house and the house next to it. Because instead of having pink and then pale, we decided to have pale and then pink because his house is supposed to be white. Pale is closest to white we have in wood, so there you go. Okay. And we've decided to do it crimson blue bamboo instead because that's what it is for sorry. That's what it is for the stripped wood. I don't know why they changed it up, but they did. On Cherry Street, I think we're still trying to put in pathways to houses and garages and stuff, and it's getting rather annoying, but we're gonna do it. Okay. So I went to sleep at a decent hour last night, and when I woke up, I was still tired. I was falling asleep at 9, so I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep at 9. I mean, I'm gonna, I'm gonna be asleep at 9. So, well, it wasn't 9, it was a little after 9, but anyway, 9 o'clock hour. So I decided I was gonna do that, and I woke up this morning and I'm like, I'm still tired. So I had a little bit of my cherry Coke, which I was trying not to do. I was trying to save it for later in the month, but I'm sure we're going to be able to buy a 2-liter by then. My husband's too good a worker to not get hired. The store that I applied to isn't even like the buildings there but like it wasn't set up and ready to go or anything. But I'm still hoping that I get in because it's within walking distance. I am extremely worried about walking in the snow though, because I did fall and hurt my knee, and I think if I do it again, it'll probably be broken this time. Um, yeah, I was like actively talking about something, I just lost it. It was so weird. Anyway, whatever. So, so I got up to the point in my story where, in my book, where, well, this one hasn't been a book yet. The other ones, I was working on them to make sure that they flowed, made sense, and all that. And, and, uh, and, and I'm gonna have to listen to this one part of one of the stories again because I think I messed up on that one, but I'm not sure. Or like maybe I fixed it in the book, but it's not fixed in the audio, kind of thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be fixed in that in uh in the first two audios. I audioed uh I tur I turned Esperanza's party and the island into an audio while I was editing because that was helping me. Then I realized I didn't know how old Ashley. What the heck is that? Um, I didn't know how old Ashley was in this one scene. I did not know whatsoever. Anyway, I finally fixed that. But then I think one of the parts has it to where I'm still saying that she was 15 when she's definitely 14. It has not been November yet. You know? So, yeah, I didn't like that. And like I said, I think there's a part in there where it's still saying that she's 15, but she's 14. Because I think that there is another summer in there. And if there is another summer in there, that's perfect. If there isn't, then I'm taking a big risk saying that she was 14 when she was 13. Yeah. But, I'll get it figured out. And I'll get it to where it's all written in properly and everything. And it's just a little bit frustrating because I thought I was paying attention, but I wrote them like when I wrote them, I was working on this book and I was working on that book and this other book all at the same time, and mistakes were made, but I'll get it fixed. It's not going to be a big issue. And even if, it does say that she's really, even if it does say that she's 14 in this scene and she's supposed to be 15, or 15 and she's supposed to be 14, it's not going to ruin the idea. It's just going to confuse the heck out of whoever's reading it. Is all. But I'm trying to prevent that from happening because I've seen, I've seen books where the character is Bess, Bess, and in one part of the book she was called Beth, Beth, and I think that would be a common mistake. Beth is actually a name. I've never heard of Bess as a name except for in that book, so I've even heard of, because I wasn't reading that book, my husband was, but there was a book, a Star Wars book, where they said something, but but he thinks that they meant something else. Anyway, there was definitely a typo in there. And I have said several times, I am only human. I try not to put typos in my book, but there may still be one. I don't know. I know in the audiobook, on purpose, it's got some typos because one of the I don't even know what word it was now, but one of the words, the voice that I was using could not say it the way that it's supposed to be written. So I'm like, okay, how do we do this? And then yeah. Oh, the other day, grimaced. Grimaced, for some reason, is spelled grimaced. Grimaced. And for some reason, AI cannot say that for the life of it. It says grimaced instead of grimaced. So I'm like, okay, how do you come up with that? Well, the way to come up with that is Grimissed. So I wish one of these AI companies would hire me to troubleshoot some of the words that some of the voices cannot say. Because I think that would be, the most awesome job in the world. Right now, I wish speech. Yeah, what the heck was that all about? Anyway, right now, I wish Speechlo would hire me to do that because, I've been giving them a shout out on my videos because they're helping me write my books. Because it's supposed to be for voiceovers. Like you're doing a video, maybe telling how Elvis Presley stopped one of his concerts for a 7-year-old boy who was dying. I didn't actually see the video, but like you don't want your voice on there, so you go and use this AI voice to say the speech for you. But then like maybe when Elvis found out, he said grimaced, but he doesn't actually say grimaced because it can't say that. It says grimaced. And, you know, that makes your video sound not as good as it could have been. So like with my help, I'd be able to make it say grimaced instead. Or like I cannot get it to say like Zsa Zsa or Jean-Claude Van Damme. I wouldn't be able to get it to say that. I cannot figure out how to do that. And it's not actually Jean-Claude Van Damme that I'm trying to come up with the spelling of. It's actually a guy named Jean-Claude and a guy named what's the other one? Oh, Jean-Luc. It's like we can say that for days, but AI just has a really hard time with it. And I tried spelling it Jaw, and I just thought of that. Maybe if I put G, might come up with the same thought pattern. But I just thought of that. Yeah, maybe put G in front of it. That'd be so funny if it said it correctly. So one of my voices can actually say my character Chantel's name with a C. He says it just fine with a S as well. That's the way I spell it. Um, but uh, um, most of the other ones will not say it correctly. If you try to put, any version, either version of Chantel, whether it starts with a C or starts with an S. What's up, baby? What's up, Ben? He likes being called baby. He likes it when I call him baby. Your brother's up in the cat tree. I think Bobby's watching kitty TV. Daddy's still up there sleeping even though it's 10:26 in the morning. You know where Mama is. Okay. Really? Okay. So, you're sitting here on Twitch, and then all of a sudden it says you're offline, even though you're really not. It's still going and everything. And I'm really confused about that. In this case, it was like it never went to I'm online. Really weird. So I think after we finish with this, we're gonna go and after we're done with this house, some kid is not happy. Okay. There we go. Now we got that one. And that one. Wait, what's that one? No. See, we had them all screwed up anyway. Oh my gosh. Okay, that one's correct. That one's correct. That one's correct. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. We need to switch these to where... Okay, this one, this one, this one. We'll probably have all this done by the next time that I record. So that's oak, that's spruce, that's birch, that's jungle, that's acacia, that's dark, mangrove, cherry, and pale. Then we just need to fix these. Who are you looking for? Who are you looking for, baby? Okay, then that's oak, right? Um, yeah, that looks the same. Okay. Oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark oak, mangrove, cherry, pale. And that's correct, and that's correct, and that's correct. Okay. So we got oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark oak, mangrove, cherry, pale, and then we got them wrong again. What the heck? I'm like, I want them this way, and then I decided to put them the other way because that's the way they are in the planks. Yeah, my fault. Anyway, then oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, pink, pale, and then wrong again. Oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, pink, pale, wrong again. We'll get the colors correct one of these days. All correct. Okay. And then oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, cherry, pale. Wrong again. Like I said, they should not have changed up the pattern just because it went from planks to wood. But maybe that's how they got added. I don't know. Oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, cherry, pale. Wrong again. Okay. Oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, cherry, pale. Wrong again. This just happens to be a coincidence that I keep saying it the same way every single time. Okay. Oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, cherry, and pale. Wrong again. For these three. So, wrong thing. Okay. Drive myself crazy. Okay, then we have oak, spruce. So they might be fine. Birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, cherry, pale. Wrong again. What's the matter, baby? Did I not give you water? Thought I did. You know what? I better go check if I gave him water. Hold on a sec. Did I give you water? I didn't give you water! Oh my goodness! I'm sorry. Gave him water last night. Hi, Bobby. Okay. What I end up doing is filling up a water bottle and pouring it into their her water bottle is up. Her water is up so high. It's not even funny. I only think it's high because I'm short. Okay. So we'll put some more water in there. There. What they need is a fountain. But last fountain we had, we accidentally um, messed up. Okay, oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove. So if we've got these all good, then we could get squibs back on here. Cherry, pale. Wrong again. So if this is the only thing that's messed up, then, that's not too bad. Just getting those in the wrong order. I mean, we could leave them the way they are right now if I wanted to. So, oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, cherry, pale. Wrong again. Oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, cherry, pale. Wrong again. Sorry, my kitty cat came. Just say it stopped? No. Okay. Hey, if I can hear it, it's too loud, and you know it. Good boy. Oak, dark, maybe spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark, mangrove, cherry, pale. Wrong again. So that helps. That helps a lot. We don't have that many more that we need to fix. Okay, oak, spruce, birch, jungle, I'm losing my mind, acacia, dark, mangrove. Whoa, mangrove looks hey dark in the rain. Cherry, pale. Wrong again. So, in real life, here, it looks like it might rain today. Okay, so we just have to go back to that first one on the other street and finish it. Except for I don't know that I left me a note to say where I left off. If I did, I'd probably put a color on on a house. Okay, so this is not so bad. This is set up properly. I'm gonna go and double check my colors after stream probably. I was gonna go and do some fireworks stuff today. Um, I may still do that. Just a little bit. Or maybe I'll make that a separate stream. Work on the firework. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So we'll just make a separate stream. You know? I don't know what number fireworks it is, though. Oof. That scared me. Oh, jungle birch. Yeah, okay. I don't think that should have been such a jump scare. Yeah. I don't think that should have been such a jump scare, but apparently it was. Okay. So, yeah, we'll just do another. I usually do fireworks until it starts annoying the HE double hockey sticks on me. So, yeah, but I'm definitely gonna stop and eat something first. Um, I don't know what I want to eat though. Well, actually, I kind of do. I want some Frosted Flakes. Um, I get the, Tony the Tiger Frosted Flakes. And I'm hoping that by the time that we need to buy some more, that we'll be able to buy the big old box at Costco, even though it's a little more expensive. Actually, it's probably a lot more expensive. But anyway, even though it's a lot more expensive, it'll last longer, I think. What are you doing, baby? You scratching itches? Okay. Don't answer me. I think he finally noticed that his brother wasn't in the room, and he's like a lot more confident with his brother in the room, so. Yeah, so I started watching, what's his name? I don't remember his last, the second part of his name. And I might not have any videos in here with them in it. Oh, wait, I think I got one. Oh, Abram Engel. That's what it is. Um, so I've been watching them lately. He's got a cat named Kurt. And this year, apparently everybody's been begging him to get a baby brother for Kurt. And he finally got him Gary this year. For a while there, he was calling him the kitten. And I'm like, the kitten's got a name. I'm sorry. It's like, okay, it's like if you have, like four kids and you call the first one Jessica, but you call the second one the kid, you know. It's like that to me. My cats are my kids at the moment because my two kids are, um, they're both adult age. And it's like, whoa. You know, so my kids are my cat. I mean, my cats are my kids. Um, and I wouldn't, unless I'm mad at them, because then they are the cat. Or if I'm talking to my husband, it might be your cat is misbehaving. The boys ought to be used to it by now, but they get offended because they know that, you know, they're my cat too. But yeah. So, so anyway, I've been watching them, and it's really fun to watch. Gary's one of those kittens that's like totally fearless. They've got a dinosaur to climb on at their house. It's like a giant. I don't know if it's like a giant scratching post or if it's just a dinosaur. People buy the weirdest stuff for their cats. But um, anyways, it was like somebody had bought a dinosaur for their cat, so he's like, "I want one of those," and Kurt was like, "Oh, it's a dinosaur," and he like pretty much goes up to the top now and he loves it. Well, Gary, at first he was like, "Oh, this is kind of scary," and then he's like, "Wait a minute, brother can do it," and now he just goes to the top all the time. Anyway, it's really cute to watch them. I watch a lot of cat videos. My favorite though is uh one that's on YouTube right now. They're supposed to be doing a newscast, and this is like during COVID, um so everybody had to do their newscast from home. Well, of course, at home you have your pets, and the cats decided that they wanted to do the newscast too. One of them got voted, by the viewers. One of them got voted best newscaster, and we want to keep we want to keep her over the newscaster that was actually supposed to be uh, reporting the news. Thought that was kind of funny. Although, since she can't actually report the news, how is that going to work? Although, my cat. Okay, so Ben has been known to say coral. That, our cat Coral, he used to go around the apartment going, Coral, Coral. How he lost her in that tiny apartment, I will never know. It had two bedrooms. Where was she going to go? And we had her trained very well. She would not come out of the house. I think they went upstairs, sweetheart. Okay. Okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Come on. Come on. Mr. Grabber thing will keep him in check. Come on. Bobby. Bobby. Go over here. Go to the litter box. You go up to the top of the cat tree. You go onto the desk. You know this. Come on. Come on. She's been here since April. She ought to know. That's her exit. No, you don't want to go the other way. Okay, that one's Ben. That one's Ben. The one you got snotty with, that was Sam. Bobby. Hold on. Gotta diffuse the situation. Okay. So the thing about Bobby is that she's never been, I mean, until she got to our house, she had never been around male animals. And even though none of the three of them can make kittens, I think that's what she's worried about. You know, nobody can make kittens. Okay, I should say nobody but my husband can make kittens in this house. You know, kittens are babies, you know. Yeah. Um, anyway, I think that's what she's worried about. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe she thinks they're going to be bullies or something like that, and she's snotting at them first before they can snot at her. I don't know. She's got weird thoughts in her head about those kind of things. Okay, so I got 4 minutes to finish this roof. And then we can go and do a separate one with fireworks. And oh, if anybody knows how to do members only stream on Twitch, please let me know, because I don't know how to do it. You know, because like you're supposed to get a perk for having, you know, this many yeah, I mean, you know, for being a subscription for, you know, this many months. And the only thing I could think of to do was go on to the Disney World Minecraft file and do it that way. Okay, so yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what to call that because we did fireworks so long ago that I don't know what the number would be. Um, thing is I don't really feel like working on it because I know, like, I need to work on it, and I know that as soon as I get in there, I'm gonna want to quit. I mean, not as soon as I get in there, but, like, as soon as I start working on it, I'm gonna be like, this is annoying! I don't even know what street I'm on. I really want to make it... Okay, so it could probably go to the gas station, but I don't think it should go... Well, no, because it's got, like, pieces of building that are missing because of that. Okay, so I've got that now. Wait, I did do the whole entire... of the whole entire, right? Yes, it did. Okay. Let's get me to the next color that I need to fix. Okay. Okay. Okay, so, please go on Amazon and check out my books. Um, in the Amazon search engine, type in Tina Rash Books, TINARASHBOOKS, and you should find Pirate's Daughter, Misfortune, Hard Times, Esperanza's Party, The Island, and Adopted Coral. Those are two different series because Adopted is are my books about my cats, and it's got actual pictures that I actually took of my cats. And the way it's done isn't exactly the way I wanted it to be, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so yeah, I think something like I think I put them on I think I put them on PowerPoint, and something got lost in translation, taking the picture again. Something like that. Um anyway, I'm gonna have to figure out if I'm gonna have to... Oh, maybe that's what I did. Maybe I used the screen capture on my, yeah, maybe it was that I used screen capture on my computer. I don't know. But anyway, however I did that, something got messed up. The pictures are a little not the way that they're supposed to be. Although that could also be old camera. Anyway, so, if you're watching me on Twitch right now, it says I've got one viewer. But if you're watching me on Twitch right now, please follow, chat, and subscribe. Because, if you subscribe, then you at least get the surprise that, if you subscribe, then everybody gets to see the surprise for subscriptions, and it's pretty cool. I like it. Also, if you're watching me on YouTube right now, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm only 20 away from having 500. I would really love to have 500, please. And notification bell. And I will see you in the next stream or video.